What's going on, guys? Perez here, back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about the new F1 2015 Lotus car, which you can see on the screen now. And we'll also be talking about the Williams a bit later on in the video, because we didn't cover that when it was released. But anyway, then the Lotus F1 team on Twitter released a few pictures of their new E23, their F1 2015 Challenger. They'll be hoping for a much better, 2015 season compared to their 2014 season, which is, pretty dreadful. Probably kind of the Renault Lotus's team's worst season in decades, probably, to be honest. It was a pretty miserable season for Pastor Maldonado and Romain Grosjean, especially considering, the success of 2012 and 2013. They'll definitely be hoping with this new Mercedes power unit that they can power Lotus to more podiums and hopefully more success. Because if you do remember rightly, of course, they were like the second best team at the end of 2013, and that's somewhere Lotus will be hoping this car can take them to. So it's very different then to the 2014 cars, of course, due to regulations mainly. The twin tusks are gone, and it's kind of replaced by this kind of strange looking front nose. It looks a bit weird, it's quite fat. I suppose it's definitely quite a bit different from the Williams. It doesn't have that kind of finger, kind of thumb bit at the end. And with the Williams, it seems to have got a bit wider at the end, whereas the Lotus seems to kind of get a bit narrower as you go down the nose. But it's an interesting design for the Lotus boys. As for the livery as well, it's definitely changed. There's a lot less PDSA. Maldonado sponsor, I believe they had red as well on the side pods on the 2014 car, but that's now changed to EMC, which I believe is maybe their new title sponsor. It's certainly one of their biggest sponsors, definitely, of course, because having your, sponsorship on the side pod on an F1 car is pretty huge. Definitely, it's probably the biggest spot. I think that's for, where we saw Vodafone on McLaren, and now it's looking like then EMC are going to be the new major sponsors for the Lotus F1 team. But yeah, I do really like livery. Seeing a lot of positivity about it. I like the colours that Lotus have adopted since 2013. These kind of gold and black, and then of course the addition of red really does make it look one of the most attractive cars on the grid. You can let me know, guys, which one do you like the most. But not too much talked about, I suppose, with the the new Lotus. They've kind of gone with kind of straight upside down U, I suppose, at the front, kind of this rectangle. Definitely looking very tidy, I'm sure. It probably looks very fast as well. The nice red mirrors as well. But let's go on to the Williams then. This is the new Williams, of course, all computer generated images, of course, so the cars may look slightly different when you see them and Jerez. And just one more thing to add, the Lotus are running the 2014 spec engines for Jerez, the Mercedes engines, of course, but we'll see the new 2015 engines that they'll be running in Barcelona. Then let's move on to the Williams then, of course, still with their Martini livery, and you can see that out the front, that really strange thumb on the front wing. It just looked very weird. And their new title sponsor, the new one of the bigger ones, is Rexona. Of course, the Martini's still there, but the stripes aren't as prominent as we've seen before, which is a bit of a shame, because they were definitely one of the main attractions of the Williams car. But nonetheless, they're still on there, I suppose, and Rexona obviously wanting a bit more of the slice of the sponsorship pie. Possibly they've got rid of quite a lot of the red as well, if you noticed. That might be due to when they go to, I believe, Bahrain and Abu Dhabi, they're not allowed the red stripes, so that's possibly why. So the car's not going to change too much. But there are some bits of red on there, but of course will disappear for Abu Dhabi and possibly the F1 games. That's just something to note. But yeah, that's pretty much it then. Just the very different front wings for the Lotus and the Williams. Teams just interpreting the rules very different to each other, mainly just like last year, of course. Not quite as drastic this year, because there's not too much you can do, but they've gone with a kind of flat nose, and the Williams have gone with that kind of thumb nose. So we'll see which one's faster on the new season, of course, which starts in Australia in March. So let me know then, guys, down in the comment section below, which is the nicest looking F1 2015 car you've seen so far. Is it the Lotus, the Williams, or the Force India? Just bearing in mind, of course, the Force India only had the front wing and, of course, livery for 2015, and the rest of it was all the kind of 2014 car. But still, you can still compare them to the other two. Which one do you like the most? Let me know down in the description below, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.